So we are the first robotics fulfillment center.
So why do you think something like this happened in Dubai?
Where else would it happen, really? 190 countries, 57 million consumers. I'll take you to the what we call the matrix where the robots are.
Welcome to Business Talks Dubai, where we bring you the latest insights of successful companies and successful entrepreneurs. My name is Dollfuss from Flex Strategies, and today we're going to visit state-of-the-art fulfillment center in the heart of Dubai. Follow me, guys. Please make sure you watch until the end, because you're going to find out what it will cost you if you want to work together with IQ Fulfillment for your e-commerce needs.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to IQ Fulfillment. My name is Mohammed Zhort.
Mohammed, can you tell us a little bit about your career and how you started in the logistics business?
Me personally, I started in transportation sales, worked for a small package for about 25 years as part of the IQ organization. We're about to take a tour. This is our flagship warehouse.
So there's more than one?
There is a number of warehouses around the UAE, number of facilities. Let's get you jacket up.
Safety first.
Yes, very important.
Let's take you through the operation process. First thing you can feel in the warehouse is really, it's an ambient temperature, right? So it is temperature controlled, set to anywhere between 23 and 24 degrees at all times.
You also do chilled, or it's all ambient?
We do. We will have a new section for chilled, but right now the warehouse is ambient. This is the inbound area. This is where customers send us their product. Everything is scanned. We take a picture of it. It's counted. It's inspected according to customer specifications. But we take it one further step and we make sure that it's a compliant product that we are able to store it in the warehouse here. Right now, we're home to about 500, give or take, websites that choose to have IQ Fulfillment do their logistics for them while they really focus on marketing and selling more of their product.
They are connected in the backend. It
Sure.
goes directly from the website to your
100%.
order picking system.
Yeah, a big feature that we do have is actually our IQ platform that is developed in-house here. It's connected to customers' order entry systems from WooCommerce to Shopify to every open database connectivity out there. So we have customers that run their businesses while they're lying on a beach in Thailand somewhere. So the orders come in automatically, and then at the end of the day, we send them the tracking numbers and information basis.
So actually, you guys are doing the job.
Everything logistics. You do want them to hand us everything to do with the logistics piece of it, because they focus on selling their product. Obviously, the more packages we send out ourselves. So this is the inbound area. You'll see it's less busy this time of day. Usually it's a lot busier in the morning as customers replenish their orders. Things do start to come in, but we quickly try to put it into inventory as soon as possible so it becomes available for somebody to order and sell it.
How long is the average turnaround time? So let's say I place an order with one of your clients.
As long as the order is placed by 4 p.m., we can probably get it out the same day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of our biggest selling points as well. So as long as the order does come in within a decent amount of time, it's available, it doesn't need any further inspections, we usually can get it out. We have as late pickups as 7, 8 p.m. and we can actually drop off to our vendors by 9 p.m. So it makes the connecting flights out of Dubai. I'll take you to the what we call the matrix where the robots are.
So tell me, I see IQ Fulfillment, IQ Express, IQ Robotics.
Yeah. The IQ organization, I report to Fadi Amoudi. He's the CEO of IQ. Under IQ, we have 3 major entities. IQ Fulfillment is the physical warehouses. It's the robotics type of operations. IQ Robotics is a separate entity from us. They are a group of engineers that sell this technology in other locations. So let's say we have a customer that has an existing warehouse. They're happy with the operations, they're happy with what they have, but they know they can use a bit more improvements to it. So we send our engineers over there, they study their operations, they watch them do their work every single day, they see where the manual process is, and then they install or they recommend the robotics at customers' warehouses. Hybrid is our really heart or the software of everything. So that is something that we also deploy at customer sites when it comes to software only. So look at it this way, IQ Fulfillment is a customer of IQ Hybrid, and IQ Robotics.
Got it. Do we have a lot of viewers, right, mainly in Europe, that are saying, okay, I wanna build up my e-commerce business. Europe is not ideal anymore. They want to go somewhere, for example, into the Middle East or Dubai as a headquarter, and from there serve multiple countries. Like, what is your, in terms of size, how does it work?
The DNA of our book of business varies a great deal. We start at the entrepreneurs, the new businesses, and our book of business goes all the way into very well established websites as well. So we'll work with anybody as long as they have the right product, as long as there's a business plan for them to grow. Remember, this is it's a warehouse, but it's not a storage unit. We like things that move very quickly. That's really where we kind of it makes financial sense for us to be in business, but also makes sense for the customer that this is not really a storage facility. A lot of existing companies that have their own warehouses, they're abandoning the warehouses and saying, nope, this is something that I'm gonna third party altogether.
Why do you think is that? Is that because they don't know how to, optimize it? And
that's the only reason.
Yeah,
it's really they come out here, they see the efficiency. They see that I'm able to process the same amount of orders with about half the cost of what really it's costing them to have their own warehouse, their own employees, their own operations, and to do it. Plus, what I'm doing is really giving them back the most valuable thing, which is their time on it. So you have the items or the robots that carry the product. So instead of the pickers and packers walking around in the warehouse, right? Avoids injuries, or avoids people getting tired. The robots or the product comes to them. Okay?
Yeah.
Here it's scanned into individual orders.
How much workforce you save versus a similar size warehouse where
I don't look at it from a workforce savings. We started. We were doing about 500 to 600 orders a day with about 20-25 people. Now we have a capacity to do 8,000 orders a day with the same amount of people.
Yeah.
Everybody kept their job. Everybody's still here. We just became 3 or 4 times more efficient. The most important thing to me is that I have capacity to grow.
Yeah. Then you guys can offer lower prices. Then it doesn't make sense to operate your own warehouse as a client, and then they come to you.
That's our selling point, basically, on it. So after the pick and pack order is happening, the robot takes off and moves on and gives me the next order. The order is then slidden down up to the packing area to where it's boxed and ready for daily pickup. We can do this 8,000 times a day.
Where does it make sense to start with you guys?
A month before a planned launch is ideal to get fulfillment.
And it doesn't matter the quantity they're selling. So because at that stage they don't sell yet, right?
No.
So there is.
In our pricing, it's there's a ramp up built in. Okay. Again, my job is to really encourage them. Is to have them relax when it comes to logistics. That's really
focus on sales, and you take care of everything else.
Does everything work? Not necessarily, but again, there's always that one unicorn that does take off, and that customer remembers what company was with them from the beginning on it. Obviously there's minimum billings in place, but not something that that's not something that they cannot really afford. So we handle everything from packaging to picking and packing. It's not really just the efficiency in picking orders and getting as many packages out on the same day as possible, but it's really down to the science of the packaging itself, right? Many of us, you've received probably orders. I can't name companies, but a box like this has a little product in there. For example, there's so many wrong things, because first of all, the customer is paying for the space and for the weight of that package, but at the same time, you're using too much supplies for such a small order. And the way things are going when it comes to being a lot more efficient, being a lot more responsible when it comes to the environment. This is all things that we do. So if you hold this box, you'll see that there is a certain density to it.
Yeah.
So we determine the size of the box by what's going inside of it. So the system actually recommends the size of the box depending on what's inside.
I have that all the time when I order it. I guess we're talking about the same one. When you order there and you get like a big box, and then there is something like this in there.
We've seen it, absolutely. So we just don't think that's a responsible way of shipping.
And Mohammed, which countries are you serving?
Right now, from this warehouse, we can ship up to 190 countries.
Okay. As I mentioned before, does it make sense to move my business?
Yeah.
Tax reasons, other reasons, market dynamics.
We have about 57 million affluent consumers in this region. These are customers with money to spend. Okay. Now, inflation has hit us like everywhere else in the world, but we are still very well protected by the government policies in place to protect the consumers at the end of the day. We're really in a very good position to help them set up with really minimum investment. You don't really have to come in and set up a trade license and set up a business and hire people. We operate on an importer of record as well, if that's the case, but it gives them an opportunity to at least try the market before coming out here.
Do you do custom clearance, etc. as well?
We work with vendors. We don't do customs clearance ourselves, but we work with everybody when it comes to shipping outbound and inbound. We've been able to secure very competitive rates in place. So these are the rates that we pass on to customers doing 20 and 30 orders a day.
So speaking of competitive rates, can you tell us roughly, you said obviously you have different slabs depending on the volume, right?
Yeah.
But what's the entry level? What are we talking about?
When it comes to specifics on the pricing, it does largely depend on the volume to it. But give or take, you're looking at anywhere between $5 to $6 for fulfillment plus local shipping.
Yeah.
When an e-commerce company calls me up and they're just really looking for that number, and I know that, I feel their pain, even though everything in my training has told me keep the pricing to the end.
Don't talk about price, yeah.
But that's okay. I'm not really hurting anybody. It's not going into a contract. I make sure to let them know that this is just an estimate. I know you're just looking for a number to plug into your calculations, but that's a number I'm comfortable with when it comes to local delivery, when it comes to really fulfillment. And I'm able to keep it at that rate because of the efficiency. It doesn't really cost me that much to fulfill and order because the technology really handles a lot of the automation part.
Would you say this is the most state-of-the-art one in the region here?
I haven't seen anything better.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything better. So we are the first robotics fulfillment center in the region. We're the fastest growing.
So why do you think something like this happened in Dubai?
Where else?
What is it?
Where else would it happen? Really, the question is, we chose Dubai, but Dubai chose us as well. So, aside from the geographical location, you can reach about 2 billion people within an 8-hour flight.
Yeah.
Businesses are protected by the courts, by the government themselves. So it really creates an atmosphere for anybody to really flourish. The ease of business.
So what's next?
Anything to do with AI. I mean, absolutely. Expansions is the easy part. We own this entire complex here. Our IT team is very busy looking into everything AI right now and see how we can implement that. Yeah. Everybody's upstairs.
Yeah.
Also handle returns, which is a big part of the industry as well. So really, customers don't really see their packages a lot of the time. So even they don't have to. When returns do happen, we handle the returns piece and put it back into inventory. When it does return, we do have inspections for the package to make sure it's the right size, right color. Nobody's worn it, nobody's broken it, and then it goes back into inventory or it goes back to the customer's warehouse.
So what are the trends you see happening in this space at the moment?
Beauty supplies. Everything beauty is hot right now. Electronics is taking off. We're seeing some increase from car parts, car accessories. In every market, there's a top two, right? There's a top two e-commerce companies that dominate the market. In some areas like the US, you have, Amazon having about 65 to 70% of the market. In China, 80% is dominated by Amazon and by Alibaba. Here, it's actually about 35% only, okay? Which is very interesting because it only really just tells me that there is room for the niche market website, for the mom and pop e-commerce market to really flourish here. We're customers of Amazon as well. We buy from Amazon, but you know what? Amazon doesn't own the market here.
You guys are not only working with the big guys, but you're also working with the smaller guys.
Absolutely.
Until they get to a size that makes sense, right?
Absolutely. We're not in the business of handling their business for a month or two. So we're heavily invested. It takes a lot from us to really just onboard a customer. So our cost is really upfront.
So what is the biggest challenge at the moment? Because it seems like you guys have figured everything out, but I'm sure there are some challenges, right?
The biggest challenge right now is really getting through the summer. It gets a little bit difficult. Once the packages are in this warehouse, I'm okay, I'm happy. But it's the 24 hours that these packages sometimes spend outside is when they're exposed to really high heat and what have you. So thank God it's been manageable so far, even though we've had a crazy 10 days of a heat wave. We haven't had any major issues, but right now that's the thing on the table is the temperature outside.
Okay. If you like this episode, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop us a note on which business type we should visit next. Thank you guys.